CTI Stories, where secrets rot in silence and the truth finally claws its way out. Raw, unfiltered, no happy endings unless they're earned in blood and honesty. If you're here, you already know. Some stories don't comfort you, they gut you. Welcome back. I was sipping black coffee when the email came in. The kind of coffee that burns if you hesitate. Hi, Dad. Quick note, wedding seating. We've arranged things so that Mike can sit up front with Mom. I know it's awkward, but would you mind taking a different table? Different table. Like I was a different kind of father. Not absent, just optional. I didn't reply right away. I just stared at those lines as the sun slid across the floor, slicing the kitchen in half, like everything else these days. I scrolled up, saw the earlier emails, the RSVP form, the logistics, the "we're so excited to celebrate with you" lie. Everything had already been decided. I wasn't invited. I was managed, a loose end to be tied with politeness and distance. I hit decline. Then I opened another tab, booked a flight, somewhere far, somewhere selfish, somewhere I didn't need to pretend. 3 days later, another message, this one from my ex-wife. No greeting, just, "You always find a way to make everything about you." That's when I knew something was wrong, something deeper. And it wasn't about the wedding. I thought it was pettiness at first, a power play from her way of rewriting the story now that Mike had stepped in as the father figure she always swore I could never be. But it wasn't just the seating, it was how she said it, that tone. The email wasn't defensive, it was afraid. My son, our son, hadn't sent a follow-up. No apology, no clarification, just silence. But I'd raised him better than that. I started remembering things I'd ignored before. Little things, always little. The first time he introduced me to Mike, how quickly they shook hands. No depth, like strangers, and how fast my ex-wife changed the subject. Then Thanksgiving 3 years back, he'd brought a bottle of wine. Cheap stuff. When I asked why he didn't bring the one I'd given him last Christmas, he said, "Didn't want to open something so expensive." But I'd seen the same bottle, half empty, in Mike's cabinet 2 weeks later. I laughed it off then. Just a coincidence. Coincidences don't stack like bricks. They build walls. The DNA test kit came in a discreet box. They all do, as if shame should come gift-wrapped. I kept it in my desk for 2 days. Touched it, opened it, closed it, thought about burning it. Then I swabbed. He'd given me a shaving kit last year for Father's Day. Inside was one of his old razors, a used one. Still had his DNA on it. I never threw it out. Couldn't say why at the time. Now I know. It took 2 weeks. I lived normally. Smiled at strangers, drank coffee, read the paper. Dead inside. I stopped picking up calls, especially his, especially hers. I needed the truth, not their version, not the story polished by years of justification, just numbers. During that time, I replayed memories, his first steps, his graduation. The night he called me drunk at 2 a.m. and said, "You're the only one I can really talk to." What a cruel thing to say to someone you're lying to. I checked the results the moment they hit my inbox. 4 words. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. 0. Not 1%. Not unlikely. 0. I didn't confront him. Not at first. I printed the report, put it in a manila envelope, Slipped it into a wedding gift box, no card. Mailed it to him overnight. 2 days later, he called. I didn't answer. He called again, texted, emailed. What is this? Is this some kind of joke? No reply. That night, a knock at my door. It was him. Eyes red-shot, holding the envelope like it was radioactive. I let him in. Offered him coffee. He didn't want any. He dropped the envelope on the table. Where did you get this? I just stared. It's not true, he said, voice cracking. I said, you got the razor from the kit. His lips parted. No sound came out. I always knew you weren't mine. I just needed to be sure you knew it too. He collapsed into the chair. No anger, just weight, shame. He said, I didn't know until last year. I said, but she did. He nodded. I asked him, why didn't you tell me? He blinked tears back. Replied, because I didn't want to lose you. That was the moment I realized he still wanted me to be the father. Just not in front of the cameras, not when it counted. He wanted my presence, not my place. I stood, walked to my desk, picked up the RSVP card he'd sent me months ago, and handed it to him. I said, you were right to seat me at a different table, but next time, don't send an invitation you don't mean. He opened his mouth to protest, but I was already walking away. I didn't attend the wedding, didn't watch the live stream, didn't read the texts that followed. I took the trip, spent the money, sat in silence at the edge of a cliff while the ocean thrashed against the rocks below, left my phone in the hotel safe, didn't touch it, didn't need to. They'd both said they loved me, but love that hides truth is just control wearing a better mask. When I got home, the house was exactly as I left it, except quieter, lighter, as if a lie had finally moved out. I poured myself a drink, looked out the window. The sky was clear. I raised my glass to the silence and whispered, here's to honesty, even if it's too late. This is CTI Stories. If this one left a scar, you know what to do. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. We don't do fairy tales here. We do truth, even when it burns. See you in the next one.